Okay, so same questions. One, how the heck do I read that mess? Again, I would say that that is log base 4 of 16 is 2, is how I would say that. It says rewrite the following in logarithmic form. It says 2 to the third equals 8. So again, if it's going to be logarithmic form, that means that I definitely should involve a logarithm. My base is going to match my base here. And then I'm going to have to equal the exponent, which is going to be 3. So the only thing that I have left to put in my F spot is that 8. Alright. That's it, that's all. Alright, the next one says evaluate the logarithm. So I'm probably going to have to rewrite that for right now because we might not remember how to type that into our calculator. So I would have to have that as 5 to the x is equal to 125. And there's a little bit of guess and check, but I know that 5 squared is equal to 25. And then 5 cubed would be 25 times 5 again, which would be that 125. So all in all, x should equal 3. Alright. Evaluate the logarithm of log base 2 of 1/4. So again, I'm going to have base of 2 to the x is equal to 1/4. Since I have a fraction, I know my exponent is going to be negative. Alright, so the reason why, if I had 2 to the first, that would just be 2, 2 squared would be 4, 2 to the third would be 8. Those aren't getting me fractions. 2 to the 0 is 1, because anything to the 0th power is 1, with the exception of 0 to the 0, which is always highly conflicted. 2 to the negative 1, which would be just 1 over 2 to the positive 1, which is just 1/2. And I've got 2 to the negative 2, which is just going to be 1 over 2 to the positive 2, which is that 1/4. So then x should be equal to negative 2. Alright, and finally the last one says that I need to evaluate the logarithm of log base 4 of 1/32. So I know that I'm going to have 4 to the something equals 1 over 32. So again, I see that I go from a whole number to a fraction, which probably means that I'm going to have a negative exponent. So I start just going down the list. I've got 4 to the negative 1 is equal to 1/4. I've got 4 to the negative 2, which should equal 1/16. I've got 4 to the negative 3, which is going to be 1 over 64. Well, crap, I just passed that 32, so there's got to be another way to do that. Alright, so I notice that I've got 4 to the x, so I'm like, is there a way that I can rewrite these things with the same base instead, maybe? Well, what I know is that I'm going to have a negative exponent. That's fine. I'm very aware. Alright, so what if I could rewrite this as just 4 to the x equals 32? Well, doesn't really fix my problem too much because I know eventually my x is going to be negative to get that fraction. Everything else is fine. I'm going to try to write this with the same base. Well, I know that 2 goes into 4 twice. And I'm going to see how many times that 2 goes into 32. Well, that would be 5 times. So I can rewrite this 4 as 2 squared. Well, that 2 squared is still going to have an x in the exponent. Is equal to, well, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives me 32, otherwise known as 2 to the 5th. Alright, so now that they have the same bases, I can completely ignore those bases and just kind of set the exponents equal to each other. So I'm going to have 2x is equal to 5. Therefore, x is equal to 5/2. But we knew that our exponent was going to be negative because it changed it to a fraction. So, all in all, it should be x equals negative 5/2. Alright? And that's the worst case scenario, is remembering to change your bases. Alright, see you guys later.